God bless you. This is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. God bless you. I'm Pastor Derrick Etienne, and it's a privilege and an honor to connect with you on today. Let me first start by saying Happy New Year to every single one of you. We've stepped out of the old and into the new, and I'm anticipating great and mighty things for your glorious future. Yes, we've stepped into a gateway into the glorious future for you, for your family, and I believe that greater is in store for every single one of God's children. And so again, on this Happy New Year, may there be peace, may there be blessings, prosperity, health, wealth, and all of that for you and all that's connected to you. Great things are in store for you. As we always do in our beginning of the year, we sanctify the year for the Lord. In other words, we always start off the beginning of the year and setting the tone for the rest of the year. I firmly believe that what you do to start the new year sets precedence over what's going to happen for the remainder of the year. So we've always decided that we want to give ourselves to God, consecrate ourselves to God, sanctify ourselves before God, and fast and pray for the first 21 days of the year. That's right. This is our 21-day fast forward into your future. The Bible says that if you sanctify yourselves, tomorrow the Lord would do wonders among you. In other words, consecrating yourself, setting yourself apart to seek God, His purpose, His plans, and His will. He promises that you will see in the supernatural, you will see God move, you would see God step in, you'll see Him come through for you in a mighty and wondrous ways. Tomorrow, your future, the days ahead of you, wonderful things are looking in store for you. What is fasting? Well, simply fasting is to cover over the mouth. That's what it literally means, to cover over the mouth, to abstain from food. So really what it is, it's a conscious, intentional, deliberate decision to abstain from food or abstain from anything for a period of time in order to focus on the spiritual benefits that come from sacrificing and dedicating ourselves unto God. So when we're fasting for these next 21 days, we're denying the flesh from its normal desires, from its normal pleasures, from its normal appetites, and we're simply putting God first. So prayer and fasting it's a voluntary act of us going without food in order to focus on prayer and fellowship with God. So many times prayer and fasting goes hand in hand, but it's not always the case. You can pray without fasting and you can fast without praying. But when these two activities are combined together and dedicated to God's glory, then we can reach full effectiveness and see breakthrough in our lives. So when we dedicate our time of praying and fasting, understand this is not a way to manipulate God into doing what you desire, but rather it's simply forcing yourself to focus and rely on God for the strength, provision, and wisdom that you need. Why should we fast? And because we need to be sensitive to God. We need to deny our flesh. We need to master our flesh so that we can be in tune to what it is that God has in store for us. So who should be fasting? All of us. As born again believers, Jesus has an expectation of us fasting, not a suggestion. As a matter of fact, in Matthew chapter 6, verse 18, Jesus says, when you fast, not if you fast, when you fast. So again, when you fast means that He's expecting us to have this to be a regular part of our lives, but not suggesting as if we can do it if we want to. He's expecting us to fast so that we can be in tune with God. Why should we fast? Number one, to master the flesh. When we fast, we deny our flesh from satisfying its own desires and our own appetites, and we develop self-control in order to be led by the Spirit. Why else should we fast? To enhance our spirit. When we deny our flesh, it helps us to be more in tune with God and more sensitive to what His Spirit is leading. Why else should we fast? To focus on God. When we take our eyes off of us, fasting helps us to focus on God rather than the things of this world. And why else should we fast? To strengthen our prayer lives. Fasting prepares our spirit for the working of fervent and effectual prayers. And so we're doing a 21-day fast, our Daniel fast, which is a partial fast where you restrict and eliminate certain things from your diet. But we also are going to be praying and seeking God for guidance, seeking God for direction, seeking Him for all the help we need for breakthrough into this next year. I believe that God is releasing us into destiny doors, opportunities that are going to change our lives for our future, that are going to change our destiny for the better, to line up with God's will. Fasting and praying is going to allow us to be sensitive to know which doors to go through so that we can see great things happening for us and for our families. Every good opportunity is not necessarily a God opportunity, but fasting and praying would help you to distinguish between the two, and you'll be able to walk through the destiny doors that leads to your glorious future. So guess what? We've got 21 days to spend together, and I'm believing that God is going to strengthen us, encourage us to go forward through the destiny doors of this new year. I want to see you next time right here in the same place. God bless you. Have a glorious day.